Joe Vitelli, that is Skoks. Today, we will be previewing the second meeting between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Chicago Blackhawks. This time, it's going to be in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. Um, first battle. Um, well, here let's run the credits.
Yeah.
So. Blackhawks fans, welcome in. Newest edition of the Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast. As I was saying, second meeting between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Chicago Blackhawks, this time in Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. First game was a good one by the Hawks. Stayed with them for about 2 periods.
Mm-hmm.
And 3:50 into the third period, the Hawks decided to crumble. So it was a little disappointing. But you live and you learn. And Vegas Golden Knights not slowing down this season. First team ever in the NHL history to after winning the Stanley Cup go 6-0-0. And they won their game against Philadelphia late last night.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen Frenzy closing it out. And so now they're 7-0.
Right.
So, some players to watch out for. Shea Theodore on defense,
Mm-hmm.
Jack Eichel, of course, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd probably go ahead and just take a look at Paul Cotter. I don't know if you caught his goal last night against the Philadelphia Flyers, but it was ill. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was such a sweet goal.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I thought this was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, the last goal scored was scored at 1:45 a.m. Eastern time. So that was the Frozen Four. Starting
late,
out
man. Pretty late.
Yeah, really. That is pretty late. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. He started out about 6 p.m. with that Toronto Washington Capitals game.
Yeah.
And then you end at almost 2 in the morning. So,
Mm-hmm.
Man, just a lot of hours straight of hockey. Love that. Wish I could have posted up with 12 screens, but
Yeah.
right, got to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So I was mentioning players to watch out for. So Jack Eichel is leading the Vegas Golden Knights this year with 8 points, 7 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists. And then second place with 7 points, it's a 3-way tie of Chandler Stevenson, William Karlsson, and Shea Theodore, previously mentioned as a player to look out for. They're all, which I think is kind of funny, 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points. All of them.
Yeah.
Let me check. Shea Theodore and William Karlsson are +7. And then Chandler Stevenson is +2. So a little disparity there. But, I'm guessing William Karlsson and Shea Theodore are on the same line.
Let's see here.
Same group.
Chandler Stevenson is centering, let's see here, line 2. And William Karlsson is centering line 3, actually, between Paul Cotter and Mike Amadio.
Huh.
Yeah, definitely interesting, man. Yeah. Carlson's on that line 3. Definitely a lot of beef, with Amadio and Cotter, about 200 pounds each. And Carlson is also almost about 200 pounds, but he offers a little more skill down the middle of the ice there.
Which pairing is Theodore on? He's on 1, right?
Who's it?
Shea Theodore.
Theodore. Let's see here. He is on, pairing 1 with Brandon McNabb. Yeah.
Theodore and McNabb.
Right.
I guess that makes sense with McNabb being a +8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're both lefties, so I'm guessing Shea Theodore is playing the right side. That's what I would do, at least.
Yeah.
And I think he is on the right. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, playing the offhand there with
Ve-
McNabb. Huh.
Very rad.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a fan of Shea Theodore. I
Mhm.
think Theodore is maybe with these new guys. There's another one that maybe that Pachel or something. But I
Right.
think Shea Theodore is the smallest of all Vegas defensemen.
Yeah,
He's like 6'1".
yeah, he's like 6'1", 6'2", I think tied with Martinez for yeah, like 6'1" ish. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so wild. It's got a
Mhm.
bunch of redwoods on the back end right there.
Right. And you know what? Um, completely forgot about Petrangelo when he comes back. He's like 6'4".
Yeah,
So plugging in for probably, let's see, Paschal, which is like 6 foot, 6'1". Dude, I mean, that's a rough decor.
yeah,
That's rough.
might even slide down like a McNabb or something.
Could be.
I have Pietrangelo be on that first pairing since he's a
Right,
superstar,
right. On the right side, definitely.
which
Yes.
we Blackhawks fans are unfortunately very knowledgeable about Alex Pietrangelo.
Yeah, man. Definitely on my hate list,
Yeah,
I
I'm not a
guess.
fan,
Yeah.
especially after that play last year in the playoffs
Mhm.
where he like tomahawk, like two-hand chopped Leon Draisaitl.
I remember that. Yep.
That was
Mhm.
wild, dude. Talk
Yep.
about wires crossing. That was so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a weird player, man. I mean, he's not extremely skilled, but he's he's smart, super smart player. Big body, right?
Yeah,
Good
big
on
body.
D.
Yeah,
Good.
just a
Yeah.
great defenseman overall.
Yeah. Overall, like all around, like moves the puck well. Think he's pretty good, man. But kind of hate him. Kind of hate him.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in the dislike category for me as well, no doubt.
Right. Hmm.
Players to watch for the Blackhawks.
Hmm.
Corey Perry, Tyler Johnson, Andreas Athanasiou, Alex Vlasic. That's the NHL's list right there.
Really.
So, there's been a lot of discussion about the Lions
Hmm.
and how they're going to shake up with this, because it's just not working. Taylor
Hmm.
Hall is out,
Right.
unfortunately, week to week, second best player on the team. And so now it's just line blender trying to find out who works with who.
Hmm.
And, I was thinking about this because I was listening to the Blackhawks Talk podcast and,
Right.
Patty Boyle and Charlie Romeliotis were going over saying, like, okay, well, maybe we should put Tyler Johnson or, last game it was Nick Foligno, Connor Bedard, Tyler Johnson. And you're okay, well, T.
Hmm.
Johnny, he's a little fleet of foot, little agile, got good IQ. Nick Foligno gonna crash and burn, and he's gonna go get the puck and give it to Bedard and just lightning it in.
Uh-huh.
Um, None of that happened.
No.
uh, but I am thinking, what if
Hmm.
instead of that fourth line being Foligno, Dickinson, Perry, what
Hmm.
if they made that the first line for a
Hmm.
Foligno Bedard Perry because you have the skill with the
Uh-huh.
Perry. He knows exactly, is he fleet of foot? Are either of those guys fleet of foot?
Hmm.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But they know where they need to be. And Perry's got that skill and veteran presence where I think that might be worth giving it a go. So,
Hmm.
we'll see what Coach Luke has got cooking up for us.
Right.
He had a very interesting interview after that
Yes.
last game against Boston, which was kind of an embarrassment. It wasn't quite as bad as the Colorado game.
Right. Right.
I think the Abs they set out to embarrass teams, and they surely embarrassed the Chicago
Oh yeah.
Blackhawks. Um,
Hmm.
so, Hawks get blanked 3-0 last game,
Hmm.
and, Coach Luke saying, they kind of ran out of gas in that third period.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's, just energy
Yeah.
or if it's like will,
Yeah. You, you know what? I think you put it perfectly right there. Um, he did say it's not 100% on the effort, right? But the will to fight those battles, corner, along the boards, anywhere really, just not winning the puck battles, man. And that's how you win the game. I mean, you have to have the puck, you have to have possession, and we were buried. I mean, we were buried for majority of that game last night, and you can't win that way. Definitely can't. Yeah. So to me, it did seem like just that will to fight, man. Whether it's in the corner, in front of the net. I mean, you have to fight for that puck, and you can't forget about it.
Mm,
Like you put a body on and you get carried away. You got to take the puck with you. Can't forget about that.
Nope, need that biscuit.
Yeah.
And I think this might be just some growing pains with
Yeah.
a young team. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but when I was younger, if we're down, we're playing football on the street or
Mhm.
whatever, and it's 21-7. It's
Mhm.
like I'm like, dude, like, is it even worth it? It's like I'm
Yeah.
bummed. I'm losing. Why do I want to put in more effort
Yeah.
when I'm losing? So,
Yeah.
it might just be as simple as that. But, I think that lots of turnover in this roster, a lot of young kids. Um, once again, not an excuse because these are professionals.
Right.
But I think, maybe you got to work, Coach Luke is going to have to look out for that type of thing
Hmm.
when you're coaching all these young cats.
Hmm. And we noticed during that last Vegas game. I mean, man, we were fighting. I mean, that was a battle till pretty early in that third period, right? I forgot how long it was. 13 seconds, 15 seconds in uh,
This
for that
was the Boston game?
the last Vegas game.
Oh, no, you're right. I believe it was
Right.
13.
Yeah, man, just a killer, right? I mean, we talked about it last time, but that quick, whether it's super early into the period or super late, right? Um, it's a killer, dude. For the energy, the mojo. I mean, you guys got to battle back. I think they just need to find that extra gear, right, to just keep on pushing. Can't give up right there. Definitely
No,
can't.
no, and I mean, when you're especially like when you're at home,
Hmm.
like you're in the QC,
Right, right,
like
right.
you like sorry, like you can't quit in the United Center. You can't quit at home. It's
No,
just
no,
not a
no.
thing.
Can't. Hmm.
So, maybe a little bit of a emotionally fragile
Yeah.
team.
Hmm. I
I'm
mean,
just I'm gonna go over some stats here really
yeah,
quick
yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't mind
Uh huh.
for the Blackhawks because I did the Vegas Golden Knights. Oh, Jack Eichel, 7 games played, 8 points, 3 goals, 5 assists, plus three,
Right.
uh, 36 shots on the season, which I think is wild.
Hmm.
But so I'm thinking, who are the Blackhawks' top performers?
Hmm.
Corey Perry,
Oh
seven
yeah.
games played, 5 points,
Hmm.
dash two, 11 shots on goal. And then it's Connor Bedard, 7 games played, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points, dash four,
Hmm.
22 shots on goal. So about 3 shots a game, which it's okay. I'd like to get those numbers a little bit up.
Hmm.
On defense, you got you got Korchinski and Murphy going for the green jacket at dash seven here.
Oof, man.
So, highest point total for a D-man is Seth Jones.
Mhm.
No goals from D-men yet.
Yeah.
which is not good.
No,
Just to
definitely
put
not
it
good.
bluntly.
Hmm. And you know what? It seems like we're getting shots on net from the point. Uh, it does seem like we're willing to shoot it, right? But you know, hockey's very random, and I mean that puck is bouncing all night, and it has to find the back of the net sometime here, man.
Yeah, this and for defensemen, I did mention as Alex Vlasic as a player to look out for, and you say,
Yeah.
well, Joe, I mean, he played a couple games last season. He's played 7 this season. He's a
Uh-huh.
young kid, dude. This guy, 7 games played,
Hmm.
2 points. He's +5, and
Whew.
he's got eight shots on goal, 7 hits. I mean, he's killing it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
comparatively, like we'll compare him to say Seth Jones,
Hmm.
who's number one D man.
Right.
Seth Jones, 7 games played, 3 assists. So one more assist.
Hmm.
He's +2, 5 hits, 9 shots on goal.
Hmm.
So, one more shot on goal. But I mean, you're talking about a franchise number one defenseman in Seth Jones. I
Hmm.
mean, sorry, he is the Chicago Blackhawks franchise
Yeah.
number one
Yeah.
defenseman, um, getting $9.5 million a year for 8 years.
Hmm.
And you got Alex Vlasic here.
Hmm.
He's just a kid on his ELC
Yeah.
doing the
22,
same thing.
22 years old. What was he? Shoot, second round pick, third round pick. Uh,
Something along those lines.
yeah, might have been second, but uh, yeah, man, that
Second
small.
round pick,
Yeah, yeah,
43rd overall in the 2019 draft.
right,
6'6", 199.
right. I think he wore number 43 that first little stint he had, not last year, but the year before. Uh,
Yeah.
I think he did have 43. That's cool. Should have kept it. That's funny.
Is 72. Isn't
Yeah,
that Artemi Panarin's number?
that's the bread man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so it's like you're like, wait, the Breadman's back and he gained 3 feet?
Yeah. Uh,
But
had a little growth spurt there. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but just man, it's just fun to watch. You know, someone that's not a super highly touted as a prospect, but he was always that solid prospect for us, right? Like even a year and a half ago, like 2 years ago, even he was looked at as a decent little prospect there, and he's turning out pretty well right now. Playing very good hockey,
yeah,
very
I'm
good
I'm
hockey.
really impressed. I'm really liking the way he plays. I'm
Right?
I'm glad that he's going to be um, a defensive stalwart on the back end
Yeah.
for the Hawks in the coming years.
Yep. I heard somewhere recently, forgot where, but he could be not like competing, but he could push for that. Like that's your number one defensive guy back there right now. Seth Jones, he's been playing pretty chippy in the D zone. I've noticed, really laying the wood back there. But Vlasic, I mean, he's battling in the corner behind the net. Uh, I'm loving what I'm seeing. Definitely.
Yeah, I will say that I have seen a difference in Seth Jones's game.
Yeah.
I saw one specific play. I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Hmm.
I want to say it might have been that first Boston game,
Hmm.
but I saw him um, like stick handle at the blue line, left side, left point,
Hmm.
and then like go look to go pass it,
Uh huh.
and then he just went straight at the net, and I was like, what? Who is this? I was like,
Yeah.
is that no, that's number 4 Seth Jones? I'm
Yeah.
like, he's a D man, dude. What's he doing driving the hoop?
Uh huh.
But yeah, man, I was like, wow, that's new. I don't think I remember seeing that at all last season. So
Yeah.
I think the Hawks, now that they have Bedard and the things are on the up, I
Mhm.
think he's probably given a little bit more than he usually would.
Yeah. He definitely seems a little, um, not like pumped, but he seems just more positive, you know, even when he's talking or just by his play, like he just looks a little more confident out there, uh, pinching on plays, carrying the puck up. I think he looks decent out there, but even Vlasic, man, he's pushing for that number one most intriguing D man this year, but Korchinski's right there behind him, playing. I mean, I don't think we all really saw this coming. Really, how well he's played. Also, Korchinski uh, limiting his mistakes. I mean, in the D zone, playing pretty stout. Not super stout, right? He's still out there for a handful of you know breakdowns, but man, I'm impressed with how he's handled the puck. His passing's crisp, uh, and I've watched him in the dub right for the last year and a half now, and I think he's just carrying on pretty well in this pro game. And man, I'm pretty proud of that. That's good stuff by Corch. Really good.
Yeah, I'm also impressed with Kevin Korchinski,
Hmm.
just a 19-year-old in the NHL, it's a lot of responsibility to be back there,
Right.
and, there's a lot of pressure on him, 7th overall pick.
Yeah.
He and Vlasic are probably, going to be, the new Keith Seabrook or,
Mhm.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
or they're expected to be, I should say,
Hmm.
somewhere along a Keith Seabrook. So lots of pressure on them.
Yeah. Definitely.
But, they're just taking it in stride. A couple of like, Vlasic was in training camp. I remember he hurt his foot and then it
Right.
like got
Right.
infected or something. It was
Hmm.
just kind of like a setback after setback type of business. And so I'm
Hmm.
glad that it's all everything's worked itself out and he's playing really well.
Hmm.
And yeah, really, really digging him. So yeah, that's gonna be on what was that? 7:30?
You know what?
No, it's much earlier. My fault. 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Central.
5 p.m. Central on
Mhm.
Saturday.
On Friday. Friday.
Friday, my fault.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Hmm. Yeah. 5 p.m. Friday. Definitely looking for Bedard to click one home, man. Just getting robbed last night. We went over it, but just draining. Just a nightmare scenario. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Hawks have lost 3 in a row.
Right.
And you don't usually see that continue, once you
Hmm.
get to like 3 in a row, 4 in a row, there
Yeah.
it always gets broken up. So, um, I don't know if that's gonna be the case with the Vegas not Golden Knights because,
Hmm.
Hawks have already met them once
Right.
and
Hmm.
lost. So, uh, same thing with like look to like to a Boston per se,
Right.
where it's like okay, like they met in the first, in the first game or second game
Hmm.
and lost, and then close though,
Yeah. Close game.
and then this past game versus the Bruins was a lot less close.
Yeah.
So, maybe Cassidy just has the Hawks number.
Hmm.
Um, didn't realize he played for the Hawks, but
Yeah. Saw him on the roster back when I was checking Hockey Reference randomly. I'm like Bruce Cassidy.
yeah, you're like, well,
Wait a sec.
like the
Yeah.
coach, or is this like
Yeah.
his brother?
Yeah. Funny stuff, man. Crazy
Yeah,
how that goes. Yeah.
yeah. It's just the
Yeah.
cycle comes full circle,
Hmm.
truly.
Yeah.
So
Hawks legend. Yeah.
I'm I'm hoping for a bounce back game from the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Um, like we said, they really, really kept it close
Hmm.
in that last meeting.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
the only thing is you're going to the Fortress this time,
Right.
so that's going to be working against you for sure.
Hmm.
That's got to be an intimidating barn to be in.
Yeah. Being all new like that, and reigning cup champs. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and reigning Cup champs.
yeah.
This is the meat grinder.
Yep.
I mean,
Hope
you had Colorado on the 19th, Vegas on the 21st, Boston on the 24th,
my gosh.
and then it's like Vegas 27th, and then Arizona
Yeah.
on
Nothing.
All Hallows Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely looking to close out this gauntlet. Maybe on a little upswing here. Maybe steal one on the road here. Would definitely love to see it. Yeah.
Would really, really
Hmm.
love to see it. I'm going to predict. Let's see here. 3-2 Chicago wins in overtime.
Really? Huh.
That's my prediction.
3-2. 3-2. You know what? I'm going 4-2. Empty netter being the fourth. I think we get a couple bounces going our way, man. The bounces have not gone our way. You know,
No,
pretty
they
much
haven't.
this start of the season here. Definitely has not found the net, and I think this is going to turn around here, man. Definitely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this edition of the Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast. I hope you guys share our optimism for the Vegas Golden Knights game on
Mhm.
Friday, 5 p.m.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast.
Let's go Hawks.
Go Hawks.